Spidey 1958, and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, episode 15, I believe. We're finally going to get our reward here at this huge banquet, but first of all, we probably need to talk to a lot of people. So let's get started on that. That's a guard. I really don't need to talk to you, but thank you for being supportive. Do you have anything to say? They call us a feast. I'll show them some real festivities if they let me. Aren't you like an undead vampire zombie thingy? I don't think we'll would enjoy that. Magar of Varn. Looks like he's a warrior type like me. Let me introduce myself. I'm Magar Von, new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I am about to become a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of Baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Germandi Aladori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory on the captain of mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Barling Host, have you heard of them? Us? No? No matter. How do you feel about being noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. Nice meeting you. Goodbye. Once you settle down, come visit us. So that must be one of our new neighbors. And that's a guest. We don't talk to guests. If you don't have a name, we're not going to talk to you. Okay. What did you... Well, heck, well, scum, and how did... maybe I've had one too many. Okay, let's go back here and start at the end of the table. Handsome, well-dressed young man, about 17, looks at you with a polite smile. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be Baroness of the Stolen Lands. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No last name? No title? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's best to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an offspring of one of the Beverly's noble houses. I won't say which. But believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret without servants so I can see it for myself, not from a carriage, window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked them. I need to know if I'm going to eventually handle it. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as emissary of Breville. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While I may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training the rules since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you both now and in the future. After all, I have a firm position in my family. Are you from Restaurant? No, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you would say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. I'll consider your proposal. So it looks like the next step of the quest is start the official. Their wine is alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers barely a mouthful. That's a guess, we don't care what you say. Tristan, these people are not just celebrating, it seems your feat has given them new hope. Aghast. Oh, someone else with a name. Ah, yes, I see a good old restaurant has changed a bit. Even the smell in the street is the same. Okay. Natala Surtova. You are not only tough but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is that a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you in case you didn't fully realize the fate that awaits you in your barony. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Aldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy, and it will not be a pleasant process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the Civil War breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Beverly's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in the independent rest stove to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on that, really. Okay, I assume she wants something. In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy, the great noble houses. The Andori wouldn't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her stepson, the green-skinned boy, Cassil. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you pick a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Mercy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Brevi's politics than any brawler would be. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relationships with Brevi. I'll consider your proposal. So it looks like the one guy wants to help the people, this person wants to help Brevi, and Jamandi wants to help their side. So, who's this guy? Well-beaten face, calloused palms, simple robe. Well, it must not be a noble. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azanki Keeg, High Priest of Eristil in Restolv. Huh. Let's see if we can persuade... I don't have much persuasion, but let's see if we can persuade him to rebuild it. Ooh, he's successful. It's an honor to meet you. I'm not going to worry about all the other stuff. Guard. You don't talk to guards. He's probably having fun drinking. Haha, to victory, to freedom, bottoms up, yes. Try the eclairs, they're delicious. Okay. Note to self, try eclairs. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks above your head, obviously bored. Baron Hannes Drilev, and you must be the Staglord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name, but you took out the Staglord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My land lighter west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Is it just me, or is there something flashing on the screen there? I don't like him much. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray, tell, what did you do to deserve your new domain? I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all the stolen lands to me. At last, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so you have to urgently make barons, the likes of you and Varn. He deserves this. So you have no army and no special abilities. Well, under circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Adori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do it at another time. I really don't think I'm going to like him as a neighbor. Yes. Valerie, what do you have to say? Truth be told, I'm not very comfortable here. Lost my taste for high society. Guest. Hazen, guest. Well, let's see what Hazen thinks of this party. Feast in times of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into reveille, to digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. It sounds like him. So that's the person he wants to be like regent. And let's see who this guy is. I thought that was Joseph. Iseph Selimus. I'm sure I'm butchering these pronunciations. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivals, the prodigy of our dear Jumandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Adori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. So it would seem. I am Isop Selimus, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule the town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So, if you rule Restov, what about Adori? Beverly's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rosslyn, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But there are far from the domains of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It's especially important now after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. Okay, whenever someone says that, you want them to name the events if you have no idea what they're talking about. The Adori Swordlords used to rule Rossland. They're still the largest landholders and main military force in the region. It's not for nothing that Rostov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage but by their own merits. Oh, so it's a democratic city. That's neat. What kind of events were you talking about? Why an inspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Rogovia. Can you imagine it? Old man Churl has conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house would just disappear in thin air. Well, once this exact thing happened, turned out no one was ready for it. The entire royal family has disappeared? Shouldn't that be, important? Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal family disappeared without a trace. That sounds like magic. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everybody. It's nice meeting you. Goodbye. Just wait a minute. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I can organize, supply everything you need for the construction, and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. It's a free city, but it's a free trade city. Now it makes sense. Let's go ahead and accept the offer because I don't know how. I'd like to save money for buying magic items. And nice meeting you. Goodbye. Okay, so I guess we just talk to Jumandi and start off the big festivities. So how do you like our little gathering? I hope you have made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings? Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me. I like young Lander. He seems more about the people than advancing the political plots of either side. So, the heir of House Labia, naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. He knows. Who knows what he has in mind? He's a noble. Of course I don't trust him. But at least he's a noble that spends time to know his people. So, yes, let's begin. Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we have to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Well, the one guy didn't do much. Mr. Rippling Muscles, Baron Handis Drilev, the new master of Glenbon, Captain Mager Varn, the conqueror of Dunsward, and finally Jessica, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer on you this noble title. Rise, your grace, Baroness Jessica the First, rightful ruler of the Shrike Hills. Yay! And on we go. So I assume to our new barony. I'm hoping there's more to it. In Alpha 1 it was oh, there is more to it. In Alpha 1 it was just your throne room. Welcome, your grace. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi has transferred me at your disposal. I'm not too good at bestowing honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. Oh, this is the guy that was tracing the gnome sorcerer. I have to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. Former Staglord stronghold will soon become a thriving city. Word goes around fast, so first letters have already arrived here, and new ones will keep coming as we speak. Oh, so basically I have the old Staglord's place. Well, it looks like they've done an awful lot of work. While you were visiting Restov, a lot has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I shall stand ready to answer any of your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Okay. There's some around, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly, but I assume Tristan's with Gerard and Lindsay can always be traced by noise and turmoil. Well, that's probably true. Are there any citizens I should know about? Yours and mine old acquaintance Jod is here. That's the cleric with the vision. Australia's clerics usually do not like cities much, but he is eager to serve you. Also, Beverly Emissary is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also Curious Fang, an elf paid us a visit, a blind elf. Only Desana knows how he managed to get here. He seems peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though a little odd, so I let him stay for a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's it, I guess. Okay, what's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. A whole city and a whole barony are being born right in front of our eyes. People feel the moment and they're overwhelmed with pride and joy. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful and chatty person. Usually I feel a little out of place amongst the common rejoicing, but now I like it. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, your grace. So this is our new city. And okay, the heart of the city is main square. We plan to hold street stuff. Apparently they only speak Russian in this city. Turn to the right from the main square, get straight to the tavern. Food tastes good. Lady who owns it is a gem. To the left there's an observation platform which you can see the whole city from here. Well, we could if it existed yet. And the building right in front of us is your residence. That's where we head to now. We are heading there, right? You didn't give me a loading screen. Well, cursor's still up. Just taking it a minute. So now we reach the main part. This is the throne room where you are going to hold a court and receive visitors. Draw your attention to this big map depicting our barony and its surrounding. Will mark all the important reports, scouting data, and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Hello, my dearest friend. The young noble from Beverly who chose to be emissary greets you at the distracted nod. I'm happy to see you're in good health. which must be quite difficult to maintain in these circumstances. He takes a wide gesture with his hand, obviously meaning something bigger than your throne room. Well, it's nothing to worry about. A little effort and this barony will become rich and prosperous land, right? Are you asking me or telling me? Since the ruling seems to be a new thing for you, I'll brief you on its main rules. There are two kinds of issues the Baroness must address, boring ones and amusing ones. To solve boring problems, you have a number of servants and advisors who can give orders to them even being 100 miles away from your capital. While sometimes very important matters happen, a dragon attack or a visit by some noble dignitary like me, events like that demand Baroness's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark those events on the map too. According to ancient traditions, the rulers in these parts receive visitors and chop off heads at the beginning of each month. Well, I'm hoping there won't be a whole lot of head chopping off. And here's the main thing. You should start choosing people to fill in all the key positions right away. We'll leave you to your thoughts now. I'm sure you'll take the best possible decision without a doubt. So is it taking us right into the kingdom thing? I know if you click on the map, you get this. So let's look around. So this is the capital lands. This looks like this is the trading post. And this is the northern Gnarl Marches. Apparently those areas... Oh, here's another one. The Came lands. So the map is actually fairly big. Looks like Dwarven lands. Okay. So, projects. Apparently we have none of those. Calendar? None of those. Leaders. So we need to pick leaders. So it looks like these are all the people we have. Oh, apparently that cleric. I didn't know that cleric could join us. Maybe he's just available as a leader. We'll see here. Okay, Regent. This is the most important. They control population. So our choices are Octavia, who has a +2, and Valerie, who has a +2. So Octavia strives to solve problems peacefully, and Valerie strives to follow the letter of the law. Well, I think Valerie's a little too rigid for the Regent for my style, so I think we'll go with Octavia. Okay, next, the Counselor tends to worries of the common folks, including land disputes, matters of agriculture, advisor ensures citizens remain loyal to the throne. So this one affects loyalty, okay. And we have one whole choice, but he's +4 at it, so I think he's a good choice. General. General is the highest ranking officer in the army of barony, responsible for keeping watch of borders and protecting the realm. Choose an advisor to solve this event. Advisors will act according to their position, government beliefs, and alignment. Choose wisely. So she favors the director of port, and he's hot-headed and decisive, which there's not a whole lot of difference. They're both +4. I think I prefer her because she's in my party more often, and he's a little, I don't know, intense. Besides, she's more general. And looks like we don't have anybody who's any good at money. Okay. High Priest. So the best choice for High Priest is Harmon. Unusual but effective solutions. Jod. Solve problems without upsetting the traditional way or life of the citizen. I don't think we really want an undead High Priest. So I think we'll go with Jod. Because, I mean, he's just, his nihilistic attitude is like, I really don't think So we'll have him be our high priest. And it looks like we're done. So what now? I assume we skip to the next day? Yay, the barony is founded. So we got +8 population, +8 loyalty, +3 military, +3 economics, +5 relations, blah, 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 blah. I know these ratings here, when they go up, they let us do stuff better, but I don't remember what they let us do better, so. So let's go, do we have projects now? Apparently not. Kingdom? Oh, we do have kingdom stuff. Advisor wants to discuss an urgent question, and advisor wants to, so I guess we have to go back to the throne room to talk to our advisors. So this is Octavia. You won't believe what just happened. Some crook showed up at our gate and insists on seeing the lass who bumped off the Stag Lord. He claims to have brought a tribute to the new chief of the Stolen Lands and asked for permission to conduct business under your protection. So, okay, so it's a bandit. Throw the bandit out of the lands. From now on, do the same with all similar. Arrest the bandit and throw him in prison. In the future, the same fate awaits others like him. Accept a tribute. Or I could just have Octavia do whatever she wants. Let's see what she says. Let's give her the reins to just do what she wants. Okay. Doesn't tell me which one she chose. Greetings, Baroness. I am sorry to pull you away from your affairs, but your people need you. Tristian. What's Tristian got to say? Since the Stolen Lands have been freed from the Stag Lord, people sighed with relief. However, many of them are still depressed and confused by such quick changes. Excuse me. Truth to be told, they simply don't know what to think of the new Baroness and what to expect of you. Fair ruling for all, or only for those who are endowed with riches and status? Why don't you demonstrate your disposition to your own people? Perhaps a little celebration will help to win the people over. Of course, you can spend the same amount on a posh dinner for the richest people of your barony, but I would recommend organizing a fair for the common people, those on whose shoulders your power resides. I'm all for the common people. Let's go ahead and hold a fair for the common people. We will hold a common celebration in which everyone will attend, including the poor and the rejected. This will be a great gift a ruler can give to her people. I think that's what he would have done if I told him to do his own thing. Oh, it looks like I'm tired. Okay. How are we doing? We're almost time to go, so we're end the episode. Let's go ahead and the way you rest is here. That hasn't changed. And all that stuff I was saving, that we were finding, it's for this guy. Who are you? My name is not important. I'm the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times, okay? Long ago I was a smith in Corionin. The fire of the forge has burned out my eyes, but I am grateful for it. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armor for Ladora's guards. Instead, I have stepped onto the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends. Many people long dead, their homes crumble to dust, and their bodies turn to ash. Only legends can tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I would be so interested to hear the stories told about us after our demise. How could you tell it was me? It's not hard to recognize a ruler by the way she walks. No one in this room steps as confidently as you, Your Grace. Okay, all right. Would you care to trade stories with me? I am a collector and not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it whether willingly or not. Can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? I do not think so. At least not yet. Great. These legends are the most precious valuables of the world. They are the last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illustrating the way to the past, allowing us to meet generation long gone. I cannot let this light fade. The path to the past must not be lost. Okay already, you don't trust me, I understand. But I can offer you a deal, Your Grace. If you find some items that belong to ancient eras, bring them to me. If I recognize the stories hidden in those items, I will gladly share them with you. And if you find pieces of any ancient artifacts, I can even recall my smithing skills to unite them and restore their power. Okay, I brought some relics. Are they worthy of a story? How interesting. May I see, Your Grace? Coin of a non-existent country where Cordel the Conqueror mastered Rostrum, having made it part of Brevoy. He prohibited to issue and use of such coins. Both ordinary folk and the Adori sword lords had to use the new coins with Chorl's profile on them. But no one is quick to get rid of the prohibited money. Oh no, in many houses they still store boxes and whole chests of such coins, waiting for the day when Rossland declares independence. Ooh, he gave me 2,800 for those ancient Rossland coins I was collecting. And what is this? I hear the voices of trees, smell the scent of fresh leaves. A dryad mark, is it not? I would be happy to purchase it from you. Now there's another 2,400 gold. A soldier doesn't ask what the war banners are going. He or she goes to battle and dies, and leaves it to other people to decide whether the war is just. This tag belonged to one of the many warriors who created the glory of the Taldan Empire. If you allow, I'll purchase it from you. Okay, so all those collectible things that weren't named, like it basically gave. So all these things belong to brave ones. So I have some items that I know are going to be stories later, but I don't know. I need a wise advisor to my court. Would you serve me in matters of state? Thank you for your words. I am unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of politics or the affairs of the treasury. But my advice regarding the magic of the art would be useful to any ruler. Is that a yes or a no? I'll leave you to your legends till we meet again. I still don't know if he said yes or no. And this is our merchant friend here. Let's look at the merchant. Sell some stuff. Actually, we're at the wrapping up point, so why don't we deal with the merchant next time? So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving me a dislike's fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun Minecrafting.